you're never supposed to say you're competitive, but I want, there's been a lot of music biopics.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do a great fucking job, man. I love Bob Dylan. I love this artist. None of this is for granted. This is a little misconception about actors too and acting. You can have a cushy job on a TV show. If you don't give a fuck about your work, it could be a great lifestyle, right? You're making like high 6 figures, maybe low 7 figures, and you're just showing up when you want. If you give a fuck about what you're doing, these are long ass days.
Wow.
You know what I mean? These are 14-hour days, 6 days a week sometimes. 3 months. Look, I know people got it way harder, but I want to feel that grit. I want to feel it. I hope people don't laugh at it. I feel like I'm the hardest working man. Anyway, maybe I shouldn't say that, but
no, you respect what you do.
Yeah, because you got to. What else is the point? I talk about this with friends a lot. Like, this is too weird a lifestyle to be
nonchalant about.
Yeah, why do this?
Yeah.
If you're not going to go as hard as possible.
Yeah, imagine
on Marty Supreme, I'm wearing contacts because he wanted my eyes to be little.
Mm-hmm.
So he gives me real glasses that fuck my eyes up, and I'm wearing contacts underneath to offset what the glasses are doing. And my vision was basically fucked up until a day ago. Every time I took these glasses off, my vision was skewed.
Wow.
You're
like the Forrest Gump of sight or whatever.
yeah. Right.
What about, do you feel like you have to be like, because you're kind of like the it guy, like the it younger guy in Hollywood.
For sure.
Does that? But does that feel like, I don't know. And I know it's like, how do you, and a lot of that is a lot of times curtailed by like the industry. Like of course. You have like, I thought you'd come with like in a tank or something. Like you drove over here by yourself.
Yeah.
So definitely, kind of, I guess, maybe against what I was thinking, which doesn't mean anything. But do you worry about how do you still be yourself and find yourself at a time when you could be so maneuvered by so many bigger
Listen, man, not
pressures?
to bring it back to the movie, but that's where Bob Dylan's so influential.
No,
to me
this
too.
is perfect.
No, because Bob always followed his path. And what's interesting about the movie industry as opposed to the music industry, you write your own music, and it's direct to the consumer in some sense. Like, you do whatever the fuck you want, and if people are vibing with it, you'll know and whatever. In the movie industry, you do kind of have to. You got to be reliable. A musician, you show up whenever you want. They could be a rock star to show up 4 hours late. If you're 3 hours late to a movie, they got to call insurance. You cost $1 million now. You'll never work again. So there's a part of the job that's obedient in a sense. But the best art and the best shit we see is stuff that
people showed up for.
But also where they broke rules in a sense. I was just talking to yeah, and so it's a fine line, and I look at it like this. This is my inner Tom Cruise, where I want movies to be seen, and I don't want to live an unobedient life, but I also want, at a time where maybe Hollywood or movie makers got a perception of like sometimes being out of touch or something, or definitely like awards type movies. I want, especially a movie about Bob Dylan, I want, in all the movies I work on, that's why I did Dune, that's why I did Wonka, and I'm proud that those movies, I'm not supposed to pat myself on the back, but those movies were big, like in the movie industry or the movie business, brick and mortar theaters, they don't do the business they once did. Some of that's inevitable because of streaming, but I want to put my best foot forward. You gotta give back to the industry that gave to you. That's really my MO, and that's why I'm here. Otherwise, that's why you can't be the reclusive figure that Bob Dylan or Daniel Day-Lewis or these guys were, because the it's not about the bottom line, but the attention isn't guaranteed the way it used to be. You know what I mean? I hope this doesn't sound like too inside baseball.
No,
or whatever,
dude, I want inside baseball.
Yeah.
I just, you're like a real thinker, so it's not like you're going to give some answer that isn't traveling through your thoughts and you explaining stuff.
Yeah.
So that's perfect. There's no wrong way to answer it. It's a weird thing. It's like, and then
also I had a full ass real life before my career took off, like in the East Village in New York. So, not that my life isn't real now, but like obviously on these press tours and stuff, the days are micromanaged in some way. But man, here's the thing. That's another thing I say. Like, as a musician or as a pop star, or whatever, your music can be about your erosion of humanity. Like, it could be about, hey, I'm driving this car and this is the crazy lifestyle I live. But if you're an actor, if you lose your sense of humanity, if you lose your stink, for lack of a better word, people will see that on screen. You do see it on screen.
Oh, you seem too fancy. You seem out of touch.
Well, people are gonna know. That's why the Safdie movie I just did, man, he put me through the ringer.
Really?
Oh yeah, and I felt like he was testing me early on.
What does that mean? So when somebody's like, so a director can kind of put you through some fucking shit?
Yeah, look, Josh knew me since I was 21. Like
Josh Safdie?
Safdie.
Okay.
I was 21.
Uncut Gems, that's that movie, right?
Yeah, Uncut Gems.
That's one of the best movies.
There you go, man. And Good Time. You know, Good Time with Robert Pattinson, he directed too.
I haven't seen that. I'm saving Robert Pattinson for later.
Yeah, for sure. You know, like early on, we had stuff that could have been stunt guys on this movie, on Marty Supreme, and I saw him wanting me to do it. And part of me was like, this feels like a test, you know, and I wanted to show him. And then now I feel like I've emerged from the other side with no broken bones or whatever, thank God. But and Josh, I know I'm supposed to be talking about the Bob Dylan movie, but Josh is
okay. It's all you acting.
Yeah. Josh is the real deal, man. Like, and seriously, like Josh Safdie, he's like the modern day Scorsese.
Dang,
like,
I want to meet that guy.
Oh, dude, you would love him.
That's him?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would like to meet him. Dude, he could play Abraham Lincoln.
He could play Abraham Lincoln.
And you play Tad Lincoln.
Yeah, I could play Tad Lincoln. Tell him right now. His brother's an actor, Benny. You ever see you saw the Nathan Fielder show with Emma Stone on Showtime? No?
Yeah.
That's his brother.
I've seen Nathan Fielder show.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Wow, that must have been awesome, man. Because he's that guy, that Uncut Gems is so good. I look forward to seeing that.
Yeah, this is a crazy fucking movie.
So directors can do that. So sometimes it's like that. It's going to be a journey.